First time you're ever seeing me in a cap, and you know why? Because we're doing a beer from Kensington Brewing Company. I'm going to take this off because I don't particularly like wearing caps too much, but we'll place it right there for you to check out. Today we got a beer. It's pretty normal. I think most of you will really enjoy this one. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Mate Brewski, from the Brewski Review. And today the beer that I have for you guys is from the Kensington Brewing Company out in Toronto, Ontario. Also their secondary Ontario up in Vaughan, Ontario, right by Vaughan Mills Mall. We have probably the most straightforward named beer you will ever come across. This is Kensington Brewing Company's normal beer. And don't be shocked that this isn't some crazy new take on a traditional style. It is not a super triple dry hopped IPA, a crazy fruited sour, or a pastry stout. No. This is a regular old Pilsner. For the everyday Joe, for the everyday Jane, people are gonna love it. Coming in at 4.8% alcohols by volume. No listed IBUs on the can, no listed IBUs on the website. Untapped, also no IBUs. So without further ado, if you're just looking for a beer, it's gonna be it. Let's crack this bad boy open and let's see what we got. In spite of it being a normal beer, we have just a normal glass. Normal beer glass from Walmart. Nothing fancy. Just very, very straightforward. Boom. Now, discrepancy? No, disclaimer. I do work for Kensington Brewing Company. I am a brewer there. And yeah, you might think there's going to be some bias. There will be no bias. I try to leave as much bias out of it as I can. So take that how you will. But either way, look at this beer. It's a beautiful golden color, crystal clear, white head on top. Looks like a normal beer. Let's dive in on that nose though. On the nose. Pretty straightforward, not gonna lie. It is a Pilsner, not an American lager. So it's not as clean as American lagers. It does have that little bit of like what I call the Pilsner twang. A little bit of extra hop oomph that you get from a Pilsner versus an American lager, but that's the whole point of a Pilsner. Greeting you with a very beautiful array of white breadiness, crackeriness, some hay, some other grassy notes. A little bit of a zip of like a sourdough bread. You know, you eat sourdough and it has that distinct sour taste. Wouldn't say it's sour, the beer, the aroma of this, but it reminds you of more of a sourdough twang on the nose. A little hop spicy per se, but nothing that's going to be outrageous. It is a very approachable, straight up, European Pilsner. It's gonna get the job done, and it does the job. And if you're looking for something straightforward with just a little bit extra flavor than your macro American light lagers or just lagers in general, it's gonna be it. Let's dive in. On the taste, clean, crisp, absolutely smooth, beautiful effervescence in there, but gives you just that little bit of boost of flavor in terms of more hop side flavor. Nothing like an IPA or a pale ale or anything like that, but a little bit more grassy, a little bit more a slight hint of like a zing, like a spice zing almost. Not spicy or anything, but As far as, you know, if you're comparing it to an American light lager or American lager, it does have a little bit of an extra kick to it. But when you're going down the route of Pilsners, European Pilsners, you are, you know, hitting it right on the money. Cheers, everybody. Well, let's keep on drinking. Almost forgot that. Sorry about it. It's a really good beer. Clean, crisp, very crackery. Slightly little bit of breadiness to it. A little bit of like a sweetness, but not too much. That bitter hop definitely comes in, cuts a little bit of that out, giving you a bit more grassy. It's not earthy, it's not floral. Floral kind of fits, but like a little bit of a zing spice. Even spice doesn't really fit extremely well. It's hard for me to pinpoint how to describe the flavor. But if I could really break it down, if you've had like a traditional Pilsner before, this is going to be right up that alley. Like an American light, or like an American lager, with that extra bit of zing on the end, what I usually call a Pilsner twang. And I can attest to being at the brewery, talking to the to the bartenders, previous and present. There are people that come in that, you know, traditionally don't drink craft beer, but they still come into the brewery and they look and they say, "Hey, did you just give me a normal beer?" That's the best part about this name. We just look at them and we're like, "Hey, you got exactly what you want." We put the can right in front of them. They take a look, they get a sample, and they're like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for." That's why it's called normal beer. It's just a normal beer. 4.8%. A little lower than the 5, which is totally cool with me. It means you can drink a bit more. But yeah, let's see what the can has to say. Kensington Brewing Company, normal beer, everyday Pilsner. 4.8% ABV, no listed IBUs. Description reads: inside this can you'll find a triple dry hopped, barrel conditioned lactose slushy. Nah, we're just kidding. This is a Pilsner, straight up. Despite the fact that we've toiled for years, literally, to perfect it, it's never going to shake those normal beer vibes. Does anyone have a problem with that? Not us. And no, not at all. We have no problem at all. If anybody's wondering, is normal beer different or new to Kensington that has been following Kensington for a while? It's not. This used to be Market Pils back in the day, but since we've done a bit of rebranding over the past year and a bit, it's now normal beer. Seems fitting. Other information on here, we have ingredients: water, barley malt, hops, and yeast. And on the bottom, we do have a date code. This one's a little, I don't think it hit the mark just as well, but this was from March 16th, 2022. I had another one earlier, and I remember it reading March 16th. I'm pretty sure it was March 16th. Yeah, we packaged this. I put the cans on the rollers, or on the lines. They get filled, and then put into boxes. It's really cool. It's really cool. Moving over to the website, KensingtonBrewingCompany.com. You go to the beer section, you go to the shop section, actually the shop beer section, and you will find normal beer, giving you prices for singles, 4s, 12s, and 2-4s. But if we scroll down a little bit more, we have the exact same description as on the can. ABV, which says 4.7, was the ABV on the Market Pils. Now, bumped it up to 4.8. That needs to be changed. But other than that, pretty straightforward. You get a beautiful picture of both the old label and the new one to show you that it's changed. It's changed, but not too much. Just amazing. We'll get to pricing in just a hot minute. Over on Taps, normal beer, Market Pils, has been given a rating of 3.36 bottle caps out of 5. And that's out of just under 2,200 ratings. Very nice. As for the price, for a single can before taxes, $3.10, if I'm not mistaken. It's the shipping calculated at checkout. Is that correct? $3.10? Yeah, $3.10 before taxes for a single. For a 2-4, you're looking at $12.20 before taxes. For a 12-pack, $35.95 before taxes. And a 2-4, $68.40 before taxes. Overall, I really do enjoy normal beer. I first started working at Kensington back in late August of last year, still wasn't the biggest fan of Pilsners. Like, I enjoyed them, but I still didn't get accustomed to that Pilsner twang, that little bit of extra hoppy bite to them, compared to just a regular American lager. But after drinking a good fair bit of normal beer, I've really come to enjoy that extra bit of twang that Pilsner's offer. It just adds that extra little bit of depth to an already very clean style, which I'm, oh damn, this beer. If you're just looking for something crisp, clean, and delicious, it's going to do it. Cheers on the final sip, guys. Oh, let's get ready to drinks and wrap this up. Kensington Brewing Company. Normal beer, previously known as Market Pils. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. I really do. And that's just me not being super biased because I work for the company. It is what it is. It speaks for itself. And that's what we've been doing with a lot of our beer names, especially on our core lineup. Is we just tell it how it is. Like, it's a stout. It's a stout. It's delicious. It's amazing. It's won awards. It's won awards? It's won awards. Another hazy. It's just another hazy New England Pale Ale. Not so hazy IPA is a not so hazy IPA. Normal beer. It's just a normal beer. It's so straight to the point that it works. There's no guessing on, oh, what is this with this fancy name? Or, 3 submarines in a basket. You don't know what the hell that means. But normal beer, you know what you're getting yourself into. There's no bullshit. There's no figuring out what it is. It's, here's a normal beer. Take it as it is. There's no read between the lines. It's just, it is what it is. And it works well. It's clean, it's crisp, it's got that hop twang that you get from Pilsners. It's crushable, it's enjoyable any time of the year. And that makes that crackery with that little bit of hop Pilsner twang kick overly enjoyable for anyone. Regular old, John Doe, Jane Doe, to your hardcore craft beer lover, IPA sucking beer drinker. Everybody, all of them will enjoy this beer. From my point of view, normal beer gets a beautiful 8 out of 10 for me. It does exactly what it needs to do. It's not the craziest thing. It's not the... It just does what it needs to do. That's why it gets an 8. 8 out of 10. We're done here. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go on and like this video or subscribe to me, mate Brewski, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, mate Brewski. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers.